Hi everybody. This Saturday, March the 22nd, it is time for the first monument of the season, Milan Sanremo. The course covers nearly 300k, with the combination of the Cipressa and the Poggio in the final 30k being the most important features. After the first selection on the Cipressa, 4.5k at 4% average, with a short bit at 9%, the Poggio is usually decisive, even though it's under 4k and climbs at an average gradient of 3.7% only. Here's an overview of the winners of the final 10 editions. Note that in the 21st century, only Zabel and Oscar Freire managed to get repeat wins here. Erik Zabel in 97, 98, 2000 and 2001, and Oscar Freire in 2004, 7 and 10. In recent years, nobody managed to win the race twice, something which may change this year around. 6 of these final 10 editions were won from a sprint of a small group, 1 from a reduced bunch sprint, and 3 successful solos. 1 launched by Nibali on the Poggio climb, 1 in the descent by Mohoric, and the 23 edition where Mathieu van der Poel ignited the afterburners in the final stretches of the Poggio, carrying his attack into the descent. Here's an overview of some of the riders lining up with previous experience in this race, including 7 former winners. Alaphilippe, Mohoric, Van der Poel, Kwiatkowski, Degenkolb, Stuyven and last year's winner, Philipsen. And some riders with an above average number of top 10 finishes compared to their number of race starts, with Matthews, Pogacar and Pedersen being the ones drawing my particular attention. Here's the betting odds at the time of recording, with Pogacar being the main favourite, followed by Van der Poel and Pedersen. Then here's the riders to watch in my book. Ganna at Ineos has been showing stunning form in Tirreno Adriatico, where he proved to have serious climbing legs, beating the rules of physics and basically finishing climbs amidst riders half his weight. He finished second here in the 2023 edition, outsprinting Wout van Aert and Pogacar for second. Note that this has been his only top 10 finish though out of 7 race starts. In his current form, you can't rule him out though. Pogacar at UAE, it's his 5th attempt to take this monument. On his former participations, he ended in 12th, 5th, 4th and 3rd. As per his form, well, there's no doubting it, even though you could say that he didn't get separation as easily as usual on this year's UAE Tour. Then at Visma Lease bike, Koy is the main man, 14th here on last year's edition, on his first participation. Mohoric remains the one to watch at Bahrain. We all have his kamikaze descent on the Poggio in our minds, yet also on other occasions he did really well here, riding into the top 10 in 5 out of 8 participations. Paulus has ridden top 10 here in 23, so he knows how to handle this race. Van Gielzo Fitti at Red Bull Bora, 7th and 15th respectively on last year's edition, and at Tudor Alaphilippe always does well here, 9th on last year's edition. Koong's best result here has been 23rd, and I have seen no indications so far that he would have improved that much to be better placed this year around. Instead, I'll be watching Gregoire as an outsider for the top 10. At UNO-X, Kort and Tobias Halland Johannessen are the ones to watch in my book. At Jaiko Alula, look out for Michael Matthews, last year's runner-up. He just finds a race here that suits him, 3rd, 6th, 4th and 2nd on his final 4 participations. Little Trek is bringing a very strong lineup here, with Pedersen the one to watch. He's in amazing shape, climbing with the best in Paris-Nice and with an amazing track record at this race, 6th, 6th and 4th on his earlier 3 participations. I personally also like Vauquelin at Arkea. It's his first Milan Sanremo, yet in my opinion he has a fitting rider profile, he's in good shape and has proven he can handle tough one-day races. Also Aramburu at Cofidis is worth watching, 7th here back in 2020 and 2021. Pidcock at Q36.5 is in really good shape, so do expect him on the Poggio explosion. On top he's an amazing descender, probably the only one in the field who could pull a Mohoric here. Alpecin lines up with a strong block and they can bet on the winners of the final 2 editions, with Van der Poel trying to get separation on the Poggio, and if that doesn't work, Philipsen can finish it off in the sprint, as he did last year. Girmay started Milan Sanremo thrice before, yet never did better than P12, so I'm not going to call him, yet I'll be keeping an eye on Strong for Israel Premier Tech. In terms of stars, Pogacar and Pedersen are my 4-star favourites for the race. Van der Poel and Philipsen each get 3 stars. Ganna, Pidcock and Matthews each get 2 stars, and Mohoric, Van Gils and Koy each get 1 star. As for the podium, I'm calling Pedersen for the win ahead of Mathieu van der Poel and Pogacar. Thanks for watching, enjoy the race and see you soon. I'll try to squeeze in a Volta Ciclista Catalunya preview.